Hello, my people of the world. Welcome back to My Kind of Love, the podcast that is about all things love and healthy relationships. I'm Olivia Baylor, licensed clinical therapist, relationship coach, and published author. Today, we're taking a 5-minute in-depth look at relationships by discussing the criteria of those worthy enough to date you. Plus, you will be given homework to work on your relationship goals at the end of this podcast. So let's get started. So first, I want to thank everybody again for joining me on this podcast. This is episode 1 of 1. Today, we're going to actually start with just even starting the process of dating. And so we're going to talk about what that looks like and just starting off that process pretty slow. My goal and the hope is that you can start by looking at dating in a different light. And so you'll make healthier and more conscious choices and decisions when it comes to dating, as opposed to just jumping in. So typically when people say they want to get started dating, the first thing they do is they go to a website and they find the website and they put all their information in it and they say, send, here I go, I'm ready to date. Now, you definitely can do it that way. However, you're not necessarily going to come out with the same outcome. The reason why? You didn't prepare yourself. So let's start with the first step, which is just the preparation. Before I start with any of my clients when it comes to dating, I always tell them, let's first just thank yourself for even starting this crazy journey that you're about to go on. Give yourself that acknowledgement, because I can tell you, most people are not going to do that. You're taking a big step. You're letting somebody into your life. And so that can be very difficult and scary for a lot of people. So you should be open and honest with yourself to say, you know what? I'm proud of myself. I'm taking a really big step, and it's okay that it's scary. And I need to know that I need to continue on a daily basis as I go through this dating process to give myself affirmations and praise. So let's think about this. In all honesty, there may be cases where you talk to somebody and they may ghost you. Or you look online and you're like, the quality of individuals that are on here is not up to my needs. That's okay. But if you don't give yourself that praise of, hey, this is going to be a tough journey, let's do this, and you just go in there with the thought of, I'm just going to do this, you'll notice that you'll get yourself burnt out, and then you'll pull yourself off of those websites and you'll be back to either not dating or returning back to your ex. That's a scary thought, especially if that relationship ended in a very unhealthy way. So let's think of just the first part. Thank yourself for just starting. My goodness, it's a journey. And so you need to know that you are enough. You're enough for what you're doing. You're enough for who you're looking for. You're just enough. Next step is to ask yourself, why do you want to date? Why do you want to go down this crazy path? What is it that you feel like you're going to get out of this path? What is it that you want? Who is it that you want? Be able to say to yourself why you want to date. Do you feel like that there's something that's missing? If the dating world doesn't work out, it's okay. You're still enough. If you're looking for somebody to just give you that affirmation and love, maybe do that for yourself once in a while. If you're looking for somebody to buy you expensive gifts or take you on vacations, maybe do that for yourself once in a while. Don't always have it where you look for relationships to rely on that, because once you start doing that, you'll always feel like you need to be in a relationship in order to feel fulfilled. But once you start being able to give those things to yourself, as opposed to seeking them out from others, you'll start to realize, if I'm going to be with somebody, they can add to this, but I can always remember that I am enough with the qualities that I have. One of the biggest issues and concerns that a lot of people do is that when they start dating, they don't put enough value in it. Let me use this comparison. When you apply to a job, you don't just take the first job that is offered to you or that you apply to. You do some searching. You look at the qualifications that the job is searching for. You look at the pay. You maybe even look up the reviews. I've heard of even some people when they go to job interviews asking some of the employees, hey, how do you like working here? You want to know more because at the end of the day, that's going to be the place that you rely on for payment. You're going to be there 8 hours, maybe 10 or 12, depending on the work schedule a day. And so you want to feel like it's a place that you want to be, not just like you just have to be there because you're paying your bills, which some people do feel that way, but they're also not happy at their employment. Why would you put that same effort into looking for a job, but not put that same effort into the time that a person will spend with you? So think of it like that. I want you to view your relationships as if you're applying for a job. What is it that you feel like this person needs to have to be in your life? The things that you want or need. Now, when we talk about wants or needs, I want to make sure that I distinguish this and break this down. You always want to make sure when you look at your wants versus your needs, that you look at your wants and your needs in the viewpoint of the relationship and the criteria that the person has. For example, you may want somebody who drives a BMW, who has a 6-bedroom house, who has $1 million in a bank account. But what you need is a person who's able to be there for you in a responsive time if you're in need of an emergency, who might be able to financially help you if you don't have the finances at time. You may want to look for somebody who's there for you if you were to get sick or ill, and you can see that they're going to support you. Those are the things that you need. The qualities that you want tend to be the qualities that some people, when they're dating, look for. So some people will look for those qualities on dating websites. They'll look at the photos that the person will post, and they're standing in front of a very expensive car, or they're on a very expensive trip or vacation. But that person rarely posts or talks to you about the relationship that they have with either themselves or the past issues that they've had in their relationship because they're bad at communication. Those are the qualities that you need to be looking for. So when you write out this job description, actually know what are those qualities. Thank you for everyone who joined me on My Kind of Love podcast. Today we discussed the criteria of those worthy enough to date you. And you were provided with homework to work on the job description to be in your life. I look forward to meeting you again to continue on the journey. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, read my blog on my website, and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find more information and goodies on my website at www.oliviabaylor.com. That's www.oliviabaylor.com. Take care and stay safe.